And we are back on. So, um, so have you seen a complete a complete journey of a rocket ship that went straight into outer space?
Not full. I mean, just the beginning.
Okay, not cool. Yeah. Well, what they show us in their videos, like in the news, are being cutted when the rocket already reaches a very high altitude. And you know, the next thing is that they change it into CGIs or cartoons. So there's no actual footage of a rocket ship that went straight into outer space. And the movement of the rocket is not going straight up. It moves on a curve.
Yeah.
That makes me think that those rockets are just landing somewhere in the ocean. Because the easiest way for you to travel from point A to point B is on a straight line.
Yeah.
So there's no reason for them to.
It can be because if the Earth is a sphere,
They're just following
the sphere moving. So when it's moving, you need to. I don't know what to say, but.
So we have to follow with the movement of the.
Yeah,
Earth?
the vitesse of the Earth and the vitesse of the.
So do you think that we are moving? Do you feel the?
No, I don't feel.
Do you think? Can you say that again?
No, I don't feel.
You don't feel we are moving. But do you think we are moving?
I think because I read, I saw, I don't know. I just think.
Have you know the merry-go-round? Merry-go-round where there are horses that moving in circles.
Yeah.
On a merry-go-round, you want to experience a lot of speed when you're near the center compared to when you're at the edge, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Your experience should be the same thing when you're moving from different latitudes of the globe.
Should be.
The Earth is spinning not less than 1,000 miles per hour in the equator. But if you are at the northern region or northern latitudes, like in your country, you're from France, so maybe it's just 800 miles per hour speed that's rotating, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
So if all of your life you just stayed in France and you're just the Earth is just spinning 800 miles per hour at that area, and if you move to a different country, which is near or at the equator, then you should notice the change of speed, right?
Yeah, but because of the what's the Newton find?
I know the word.
In France, it's pesanteur.
Starts with letter G.
Yeah, like if you going on the ground.
What you mean to say is the gravity.
Gravity. Thank you.
Alright.
I was looking for this word.
You mean if I release this object, it will fall down
Yeah.
because of gravity?
Yeah.
What if I say to you that the object fell down due to density and buoyancy, but not because of gravity?
Yeah, I know there is some. You can calculate that, but it's like. Yeah, I read a lot of things, but I don't remember anything.
I mean, the quantity of mass that is in the lighter is more compact compared to the surrounding air.
Yeah.
The air is lighter. So that is why the lighter sank through the air.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it's due to density and buoyancy, and not because of gravity.
Gravity. Okay.
Water is much denser than oil.
Much denser than oil.
Yeah. So that is why it sinks below the oil. If you try to mix water and oil, the oil
water
comes
is,
up.
yeah.
Water's below,
Yeah.
because water is denser than oil.
Yeah.
But but the oil is denser than air.
Yeah.
Oil is heavier than air.
Yeah.
So the air rises through both water and oil.
Yeah.
But we can all agree that these three things are matter. Air is considered as matter.
Yeah.
Oil and water too.
Yeah.
Okay. This gravity is strong enough that it can hold oceans to a spinning ball. Yet it is weak enough that birds can still fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the smoke rises up when I light up my ganja. When I light up my ganja, the smoke rises up.
Yeah.
So why is that smoke not being affected by gravity? Smoke is still matter.
Yeah, but it's not. How should I say? The density is not the same.
I'm sorry?
The density is not the same. Maybe
It's because of density and buoyancy.
Yeah.
But not because of gravity. I mean, until now, it's still being called as the theory of gravity because it's never been proven. Still a theory. The globe Earth theory was introduced to us about 500 years ago, and that's just about the same time when the theory of gravity was also introduced to us.
Yeah.
There is no example in nature of a massive sphere or any other shaped object which by virtue of its own mass alone causes smaller objects to stick to or orbit around it.
No, we don't have any example.
To me, I'd rather stick with natural science. So we should have, so we can have things, so we can observe things, test them. We can repeat our experiments, and it should be falsifiable. That's what natural science is about.
Yeah.
Things that we can do by our own self. We can prove to ourselves, and not just relying on second-hand information, right?
Yeah.
Long before the theory of gravity was introduced to us, people already knew why things fall down, and it's because of density and buoyancy. That was the explanation before.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier about the moon. Yeah, I totally agree with you that nobody went to the moon. They say that there is no atmosphere on the moon. There's no air.
Yeah.
So how come the flag of the United States was waving? Right? And also there are many light sources coming from different angles seen in the videos, like they are doing it in a Hollywood studio.
Yeah. And many movies they show it like it's like fake, and there is many movies or cartoons or
Yeah.
so for me we cannot go to the moon.
Like when we go up on a hill or a mountain, what we usually do is to turn around 360 to have a good view at the surrounding.
Yeah.
But they never did that on the moon.
Yeah.
Because if they turn the camera, they might
The studio. The
people
cameraman.
will see the director
Yeah.
and people behind it.
Yeah.
Also, there's no huge crater No huge crater caused by the blast underneath their ridiculous-looking lunar lander. No crater from the blast.
Yeah. Oh.
It seems tidy. There's so many things you can
Yeah,
point
for
out.
this, yeah, for the moon, yeah, there is so many proof that it's fake.
Yeah.
But for this,
Have you seen the curvature of the horizon so you can say the Earth is a sphere?
for me, yeah.
Is there an evidence that the horizon is bending?
Enough, yeah.
Really?
No, what you mean?
Is there an evidence that the horizon is bending? Like when you're at the sea, where you're looking at the ocean, is there? Have you seen the curvature of the Earth?
No.
So
No, it's flat.
it's flat,
Yeah.
always flat,
The
right?
horizon is always flat.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no evidence to it. So water does not conform to the exterior of a shape. There's no experiment done to prove water can stick to the surface of a sphere. I mean, we should have a more working model of it, right?
Yeah. But we don't have any proof.
Also, ships don't disappear over the horizon. They say when the ship is moving far away from you. The reason why you can no longer see them is because it's being hidden behind the Earth's curvature.
Yeah. After it's going behind. That's what we think.
If you zoom in on it with a good telescope, you should see the bottom of it again, proving there's no curvature. You try to look at if you try to view a ship that's already gone out of your sight, you try to, using a good telescope, and you will see the ship again, including its bottom.
If the Earth is flat,
What I'm saying is that there's no curvature.
but some people tried that before. Like if you are on the Himalaya, you can see the rest of the Earth with a good telescope.
Yes, but there's no curvature. Right? Also, you can try zooming in on the sunset, showing half the sun in the horizon. This is horizon and this is the sun trying to set.
Yeah.
If you zoom in on it with a good telescope, you should see the whole of it again. The sun rises up when you zoom in with a telescope. But if you're not using the telescope, it's showing that halfway the sun is halfway hiding in the horizon.
Yeah.
So that proves that's saying that there's no curvature. Because if you have a telescope, the sun rises up.
Yeah. Try to. I understand what you say, but
Many people have reportedly seen land from a very far distance. Like the Chicago skyline can be seen from Lake Michigan for long hours straight. And this is like 60 miles away. If the Earth be a ball and is only about 25,000 miles in circumference,
yeah.
then you won't be able to see land 60 miles away from you, from the shoreline.
Yeah.
Because spherical trigonometry tells us that it's 8 inches per mile square that should be hidden behind the curvature. So it's 60 miles times itself 60 times 8 inches is 2,400 feet. Now the tallest building in Chicago is just 1,451 feet. So where's the missing curvature?
Where?
What do you think is up there, way beyond the sky?
Space.
So you think, what made you say that it's real?
Because of the TVs, the books, and
Yeah.
everything I learned. But I don't know.
Do you think it's real?
Yeah, I want to believe it's real.
Yeah, me too. I want to believe it's real, but it's so hard. Like our atmosphere is a positive pressure system, and the so-called outer space is a negative pressure system. So how can both non-vacuum and vacuum exist without a solid barrier?
That's I don't know.
Yeah, just like a spray can, like a spray can versus our surrounding air. If
Yeah.
you remove the solid barrier or container, then what's inside will be dispersed all over the surrounding air.
I don't know. I mean, I try to imagine how it works. And
Uh-huh. Do you think satellites are real?
yeah,
Satellites,
yeah, we need it. We need them for
communication.
communication, localization.
Have you seen a real photograph of a satellite?
Not really. No, I don't. No, I don't think so.
It's the same as Earth. There's no actual photographs of a
Real one.
real one. Yeah. If you try to search satellites in space in Google, you can clearly see that they are just cartoons.
So what about the like Google Map? When you zoom in,
Uh-huh.
you can see your house,
GPS.
GPS.
Global positioning system.
No, I mean the picture you see on you go to Google Map,
Yeah.
you put satellite,
Yeah.
and you zoom in. So you can see your house, you can see at first the country, and
I have seen Google doing that. They place four-dimensional camera on top of their car, and they move around
yeah, but what about the
satellite.
yeah, when you see like this?
It's just they just gather different images from different locations and they arrange it so it becomes Google Maps.
But how they can make like if there is no satellite,
Uh-huh.
how can you make a picture from
They just gather
planes?
yeah they gather bits of information so they can arrange it.
Yeah, arrange it. Okay.
If there are about 20,000 satellites that's orbiting the Earth, the ball Earth, then you should see some in front of the moon.
Yeah, but sometimes you see some lights. You think it's a star, but it's moving fast.
Yeah.
Not fast enough to be a plane.
So far, nobody has ever zoomed in on a satellite.
I never tried, and I don't know any people who tried.
We can zoom in on the moon and the stars, but not satellites. Signals are reflected or deflected off the lower atmosphere from tower to tower. And there's no reason to send a signal 450 miles
Away.
to a satellite and then back to a tower. Tower to tower is more efficient and reliable.
Yeah.
99% of international data are transmitted through submarine cables.
Yeah.
For other means, we use high altitude balloons planes, drones, towers, antennas, and parabolic reflectors. GPS, like in the Google Maps, can be explained through land-based technologies. They are just triangulated cell phone towers. And did you know that satellites were actually invented by Arthur C. Clarke? He's a science fiction author. He made the movie E.T. There.
Really?
He is a science fiction author.
Yeah.
He was the first person to invent the satellite, and it's just fictional. It's not real. It's just an idea. And then mainstream science just made it as a science fact. So there's no real evidence of a satellite.
Wow. It's crazy what you teach me today. I'm going to sleep differently.
So what do you think of this questioning series of questions so far?
What I think about passion. I don't know. I mean, I came here to have a simple life. It's because I don't like to follow the rules, what the people say. And here you have no TV. Okay, you have internet, but you don't have radio. So you don't really care about what's happening around. You just live. You forget the important things.
Yes.
It's not.
Yes, that's so true. Because we are all so busy doing our daily tasks. Yeah. So can we go back to my main question? What is your number one proof that we are living on a magical spinning ball?
Number one proof. Yeah, for me it was always you can see a circle. Yeah, it was when I was young. I would always do wow. It's like you draw a circle.
Yes, the sky seems like it's like you can do that it's curving. But how about the Earth?
I don't know.
Do you have what's your number one?
To think it's I don't have any more now.
You don't have any. So would it be fair to say that it's a belief then, not science?
Yeah, it's belief. Because there is no proof. I thought there was some proof, but
I'm going to give you some additional information, like the Bolivian salt flats or Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia.
Yeah.
It's about more than 4,000 square miles of flat water, which is like a giant mirror reflecting the sky above. Because when it rains, that area collects or gathers water for about 2 inches, and it becomes a giant mirror reflecting the sky above. If water is bending, then it would warp up the reflection of the sky above, right?
Yeah. It should be.
A airplane would have to constantly dip its nose all the time. If not, it would find itself at over 80,000 feet in just half an hour, and soon it will be floating around in outer space.
Yeah.
But they don't descend gradually. Planes don't dip their nose down because they follow the artificial horizon, which is a gyroscope, so that they always fly level.
Yeah.
They don't dip their nose down.
Yeah, right.
Engineers and architects don't account to the Earth's curvature when building structures. Did you know that?
No.
They don't account to the Earth's curvature when they build structures. Like the longest bridge in the world is in China. It's more than 100 miles. I think it's 102 miles. And they should have accounted to the Earth's curvature for that.
Yeah, but they didn't.
They didn't. If we were on a ball, then buildings should be tilted away from each other, and mountain peaks should gradually point away from you the further you move away from them.
Yeah.
In reality, the higher you rise up away from the ground, the more land will be revealed.
Yeah, but it's not.
But if you were on a ball, you will have to constantly tilt your head down as you ascend while looking at the Earth's surface.
Yeah.
And if you were on a ball, then everything would be falling away from you at all sides.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, the higher you rise up. Wow. Is this overwhelming? Is that a right word?
Sorry.
Is this overwhelming? Overwhelming.
Overwhelming. Like global warming. No.
Overwhelm. Does this overwhelm you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean like I'm like wow. Fuck. It's not what I think. It's what I thought.
Here's another one. How far do you think the sun is, and how big is it? The sun.
I think the sun is like 4,000 times the Earth.
And how far is it?
I think the lights need 10 seconds to come to Earth.
Huh?
And the lights going at 300,000 something kilometer.
Mainstream science is telling us that the sun is about 93 million miles away, and it's about 400 times the size of the Earth.
400.
400 times the size of
Oh
the
yeah,
Earth.
it was 4,000.
So we can compare them to basketball and marble.
Yeah.
But do you think the sun is larger than the Earth, and is it really so very far away? Do you think that what mainstream science is saying is true?
Because it's small. It's really, when you look at the sun, it's really small.
Yeah.
So you can think it's really far.
I see. Have you seen the angles of the sun rays? The angles of the sun rays as they pass through the clouds?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like this.
Yeah. The angles of the sun rays as they pass through the clouds, spreading out on just a very small portion of the Earth's surface. Just a very small portion of the Earth's surface. If you trace up the rays of the sun upwards, if you trace them upwards, you should notice them converging to a certain point.
Yeah.
And that gives you an idea of where the sun is as well as its size.
Yeah. Should be.
So it seems to me that it's not so very far away. The sun and the moon cannot appear like spotlights on a very small portion of the Earth's surface. If it's so big, then it should light up all the surface of the Earth that's facing the sun, right? But we can sometimes see the angles of the sun passing through the clouds, spreading out on just a very small portion of the Earth's surface. Many people now are estimating the sun to be just about 3,000 miles above the Earth's surface. It's just right above the clouds, and it's definitely not 93 million miles away.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you know that nobody have circumnavigated north to south, or vice versa?
No, I don't know. By boat or
By plane?
plane?
No, and until now nobody can go to the North Pole, and nobody can go to the south, where Antarctica. Nobody can easily get into Antarctica. Yeah, it's being guarded. In the 1950s, there's about 50 or more countries around the world who signed up for this Antarctic Treaty, and they're prohibiting people to go there.
So they hide something.
Yes, I don't know what's in there, but I want to know.
Me too. I'm late.
You're late, man.
Yeah.
Since you're late anyway, too bad we no longer have enough time. So what do you think about the series of questions I have raised so far?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It's crazy.
Do you still think that Earth is a ball or a sphere?
Right now, yeah.
Right now.
But I will start to think differently because of what you say. Because I always like to hear what people have to say. So it can be possible.
Could it be possible that there could be more land out there?
We what?
Could it be possible that there could be more land out there, more area out there?
That we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people say it doesn't matter what the shape of the Earth is, whether it be a triangle, square, circle, or whatever. But I say we as humans should explore as far as we can, and not being contained in just one spot and being enslaved by parasites who doesn't want us to find out about their agenda.
You're right.
Who knows? There could be more land out there, or there's something in the center of this world that we have to know of. If, for instance, we live on that small what do you call it?
Cigarette? Oh, no.
Cigarette filter.
Yeah.
Yeah, for instance, if we live on that small cigarette filter over there, and we have been taught all of our lives that it's all what there is. Do you think that would be acceptable or justifiable?
Wow, no. That would be crazy.
Yeah. The globe Earth deception restricts us to value our common sense. To me, it matters when we're told lies, especially when they teach that to our children.
It's not fair. But maybe they have a reason, or maybe we are not ready, or it's too much to understand. I mean, there is so many things we don't know, and we will never know.
Do you ever go onto YouTube?
Yeah, I go to YouTube. Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. And I recommend two videos for you to watch regarding this subject. Would you like to write this down?
Yeah, we did. I have fish memories. You know Zelgest?
Sorry?
Zelgest?
Zeitgeist?
It's video on YouTube. They say like about money, history.
I have seen 9/11 already. Like the first part is about religion.
Yeah.
Where they say that
proof.
The happenings of Jesus Christ was also was taken from
astrology.
Previous gods.
Yeah, first, and all the things about the sun, the light, the stars, and all the religion are the same.
Yeah, I used to watch Zeitgeist many times, trying to repeat again, watch all over again. I like Zeitgeist before.
So,
the first video I recommend to you is it's called 200 Proofs. 200 like 200.
yeah,
200 proofs the Earth is not a spinning ball.
200.
Proofs.
Wow. That
There can be more than 200, but the person who made this video just made 200. But if he wants, he can do more than 200. It's by Eric Dubay.
Eric Dubay.
ERICDUBAY. Eric Dubay.
And the second one?
The other one is the history of flat Earth.
Flattery.
The history of flat Earth. On the first video, you don't need to watch 200 of it right away. You can just maybe watch 10 of it, and it'll give you a spark about the nature of the world in which we live in.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry I forgotten your name.
Julian.
Julian. Nice meeting you, Julian.
It was nice to meet you and speak
Thank you
with
so
you
much.
and-
Thank you so much for this interview.
Yeah, it was really nice. Thank you very much.
Have a nice evening.
You too.
All right.